Hello. We're live.
It's working.
And we and here's me. Here's me. I'm oh yes, I am dying to. I feel so strange that I'm all of a sudden I'm not over there anymore. I do have a nice echo of myself on my headphones. Do you? But
Do you? I'm.
You know why that is? Because I'm listening to our stream.
Of course you are.
Yes, let me just shut myself. I just love listening to my own voice. So yes, sorry, this is a very exciting moment for me because I am in fact, not playing a game
For the first time in like half year.
Exactly. But we will once again be playing with the past, like Omar, like
the ancient Egyptians were playing Senate next to the Nile.
Oh, very good, sir. Very good. I'm just not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna sit back and relax and watch you play a game. What game are we playing tonight, Corina?
So we can't hear you on stream.
Oh wait, we can. Oh wait.
So I can hear myself and I can hear Angus, but I can't hear Corinne.
That is a problem. Well, not a huge problem because we can. So, are you streaming your sound via OBS? Have you switched on your blue mic again?
How's it now? Can you hear me now?
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Well,
very
first
good indeed.
stream,
Switching
so,
headphones and stuff.
we need
She's
some
exactly like.
troubleshooting.
So, what we were saying is that, we're very happy to be playing this game, this very old ancient game, and that's about it, right? That's all the things that they didn't catch, except for
Yeah.
your name. So maybe you wanna still share your name and what you're doing here.
Well, I'm the intern, and my name is Corine Gerritsen, and my nickname is TimesNewRoman because I'm mainly interested in romance. I like some puns, so it's a fitting name. And
It's definitely a fitting name.
I've chosen this game because, like I said, well, you couldn't hear me. This is gonna be remade next year with all new graphics, new gameplay. Because as soon as I will start it up, you will be able to tell this is quite an old game.
But it's not a game with Romans, though, right?
No,
Or is it?
no, it is not.
Okay, but still, this is.
Well,
I understand.
Cleopatra was basically around.
Yes,
Romans,
that is true.
Okay.
So, oh right. Oh, I should come up with.
That's you. That's
Yeah.
you, Angus.
That's me. All right. Oh
Value
God.
in ancient Egypt. Come on.
The Anken Adams family. I don't
What?
know.
There we
It's the
go.
Addams Family. I watched the Addams Family yesterday, so on some TV channel. So sorry. All right,
No,
it sounds Egyptian, right? I'm sure it is some sort of Egyptian.
Well, we start like you play this game for, I believe, 30 generations or more than that, and you just start with your own family history, and it's a really cool concept because you can, the money you make in one level, sometimes you can carry it over to the next. making it either easier or harder on yourself, depending on your debt or your how much money you made.
Nice.
So you start in a pre-dynastic period.
Oh, you can even choose, right?
Yeah, but
Or not? Most people start in
your family
the
history
pre-dynastic.
must be lived in order. You can just
I like that. Can't skip ahead to the good bits.
no, because here you have Cleopatra's capital, but if you haven't finished it, then you have to just start like the
you have to have
beginnings.
defeated the ancient conquerors. Okay, sure.
But I always like the technology tree, what they introduced at what point.
Yeah,
Because sometimes they really thought about it, and sometimes it seems a bit random.
sure. Okay, sure. Oh, I can wait for this. So, the pre-dynastic period it is. So, I mean, let's put it like this. This simply means that before there were any. Oh wow, there's a cutscene, even.
Yeah,
There's a cutscene even, but it's bugged.
yeah, and I don't see you anymore. So let me try to fix that.
Oh no,
yes, we're gone. We're gone. The
There you
cutscene
are.
broke. The cutscene broke, or good.
Yeah,
The game is so old it doesn't work
yeah,
with like
it glitches.
advanced technology.
No, it glitches out all of the time.
OMG gamers or OM gamers would like to say, would you say the game is ancient, quote unquote? So it is in fact quite ancient, right? This is from the mists of time in terms of
I
gaming.
mean, when this game was made, I was 3 years old.
Don't say that, Omar. Just don't say that sort of stuff, man. When that game was made, I was already. Well, I guess I was still a teenager. I was still a child. I can say that. Let's put it like that. 1999, this game was. So I think that's ancient in gaming terms. More than 20 years old, right?
It is, and that's why a remake was due.
A remake was due. So I think first of all, I want to say that you're very brave, Corinne, because you not only are you streaming as the value intern, which I think is just absolutely wonderful and cool, but you also chose straight up to play an old game instead of one of the new games that is nice and sort of plays nice with modern PCs. You went for it, right? You just went.
I
Let's do
always
this.
like where your love for gaming started, and for me that was SimCity Rome in particular. And after that, I think SimCity Rome was made in 2006. And then I was looking for other similar games and came across this one. Back in the
Nice.
time, you could still go to the library and get the CD-ROM over there. And then
Oh,
you
really?
could lend it
Oh,
for
easy.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Nice. So you originally played this game as a library loan.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful! Oh, that's such a great story. Oh, wonderful. I don't think I don't think I've ever done that. Played the game as a library loan. We were relatively late in my house, but I was always looking at those games and then like
I want to play this, but I can't.
I want to play this, but I can't because we don't really have a computer at home. And nice. So Kuromitsu780 says, I only recently have gotten into city building games, so I'm excited for the remaster next year. Oh, excellent. Omar, you're a bit of a city builder connoisseur as well, right? Or not?
Oh, now you're calling me a connoisseur. So. Oh, not really. I like my fair share of city builders, but I'm more Civ, I think.
You're more Civ, okay. I like my city builders. So Kuromitsu, if you have any particular things to recommend, particular games to recommend, let us know. But maybe we should get into Pharaoh.
So we can see we start in the city of Noopt. I don't know if you have ever heard of it. I don't know.
I'm gonna so wiki crutch Noopt right now. That this needs to happen.
And our objective is to make 6 meager shanties and create an area of housing in which immigrants arrive. And
Okay.
then there's a whole
As long
story.
as it's not the sea people, I'm fine with that.
So here, listen up. Kom Ombo. Kom Ombo is an agricultural town in Egypt famous for the temple of Kom Ombo. Don't know the temple, sorry, Kom Ombo. It was originally an Egyptian city called Noopt, meaning city of gold. Oh, not to be confused with the city north of Nakada that was also called Noopt or Ombos. So there was in fact a city called Noopt, which
Alright.
may have been the city of gold. I don't know with the meager shanties, but sure.
That's just the beginning. Let's
Just
see
the beginning.
if the options... Because if you play the speed settings at normal, it's absolutely unplayable. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that has to do with our modern processors.
So we can see the Nile over here. A bit of, I don't know, somewhat farmland, I think. And a few ostriches. I don't know if those live there, but they're here in the game. And I think
Yeah, ostriches were there, I
we'll
think.
just make a nice living area over here.
Oh, this is very Caesar 3, though, the way
Yeah.
it sort of looks. Oh,
What a
and
surprise.
Well. Yeah, nice.
And we can see our people arriving from... Probably
I like how there's
some-
just nothing there, and then they're like,
Yeah, let's
Oh,
make a house here.
let's live here. Yeah.
Let's live here. Yes.
The only thing you need to attract immigrants is build housing. Okay?
And
There you
that is it is somewhat true. People want to live in houses. I think that's. Oh yeah, okay. I can definitely see the Caesar. This is just straight up Caesar, but then just with with an Egyptian layout on it. I like it a lot.
I mean,
Look at
that's
them- look at
probably
them
what
running.
they did. That's probably what they did, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, probably.
they did.
Yeah.
At least I've heard.
Yeah, I mean, because it doesn't make any sense to because right now in contemporary times, we use assets and code and all sorts of stuff all the time in game development. But back then it was even much more important because there weren't game engines like Unity or Unreal Engine or lots of time to build tools. So the things that you had, you were just gonna run with it for as long as you could, right? Okay. Oh, nice. Oh, but I have to. I mean, it is definitely a full makeover in the sense that every bit of art is
Different.
very new and different.
Yeah, they had a year to do that, so
They had a year to do that.
You can
that's workable, right? Yeah.
Old game development, very nice. That is workable. I mean, we say it's workable, but I always have so much respect for these old artists with their amazing skill at just making things look like old buildings with just a couple of pixels.
Or ostriches. I mean, they're just a few pixels. I think
Yeah.
they're the most 3D thing in this whole game.
probably.
The ostriches are very 3D.
They
Yeah,
are
they're
very
pretty.
3D. They're like,
Oh,
guys, we need good ostriches.
So I'm gonna guess that the dark area over there is the place where the Nile will flood into,
Yeah.
right?
it is.
Right. So there's some sort of seasons to this game then.
Yeah, very much so. You can see them over here. It's now March.
Hmm.
And you will hear from your overseers, from your priest, what the gods decide to do, whether they're better indignations or not so good ones. So if you anger the gods, you will have less good indignations, and that will be very problematic if you have a big city, because then you
Right.
can't feed them.
Oh, okay. So there we go. Hunting. There's some hunting going on, but that's of course not how you sustain a big city, right? You can. You have to
No.
do some more than. I mean, in the beginning, a meager hamlet. Sure. What are we trying to build?
So there we have our nice ostrich hunting farm.
Oh, right. We're gonna be eating. Man, I want to say, I've had ostrich, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good stuff. I will say. It's not something that is to be scoffed at. If you have some ostrich. Oh, look, they're all running away. They know. They
They're
know
like,
what's
nope,
up.
nope.
They're like- I like that a lot.
I just placed the granary across the road so they don't have to walk that far.
Nice.
That's OG city building strats.
That is definitely OG city building strats. Very nice.
And a bazaar
So I
over
have-
there.
I have. Oh, and the bazaar is. This is just for me. This is so the bazaar is where they can get their food.
Yeah.
The local people get their food from, and the bazaar person goes to the.
Yeah.
This is really. Hail Pharaoh, long live and health be to you. So you get a shout out from JA as our new Pharaoh and overlord. So because as you can see, no hands, JA,
Oh,
no
yeah.
hands. No hands. If you do this on one of your streams, I think you're gonna be in trouble with no hands. But I can
mean,
just do this now.
autopilot is a thing, Angus.
Autopilot is a thing. That's true. But I mean, you know, JA is one of those people that doesn't go for autopilots. He just goes for always for the hardcore experience, right?
Hands-free flying.
Hands-free flying. So
see that
clean water.
Yeah, they now want clean water.
Well,
these people. These people. So let's see. Okay, water supply. That's interesting. So I'm gonna compare everything in this game to Caesar.
You can see
now.
them like they killed the ostrich and now they just put him over his back. You have to look when they kill them. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's.
This
There's
one
the
is
little
going
hunter.
there for.
Yeah. He's like the ostrich. Like no. Oh, he missed.
Yeah,
he missed
he can miss.
I like that a lot. He can then just miss.
We need better hunters to get a bigger town.
Oh, look at that! It was basically a shotgun shot. Like he was just standing two pixels away. Yes, like okay.
I like how it's like the people are like semi 3D. It's like the early 3D. They're like guided 3D stuff, but not really.
Yeah, I
love
like
it.
how the people are very big in comparison to the buildings.
Yeah, but that's just yeah.
I mean, I like it.
That is. Yeah, it's at least you can sort of recognize. I mean, it's what happens in games like this
Look,
often, right? Because these people.
Niles are
Oh, nice. That happens in June. That is. I want to wiki crutch myself on when the Nile floods. I'm gonna do that. This is not unless you know, but because I guess we know now. But now flooding season, I need to know.
Alright, since I built quite a few houses, I'll make another ostrich hunting thing. They're just
nice. The
pouring
flooding of the
in.
Nile is the result of the yearly monsoon between May and August. So that is very, very on point. Very nice. I like that. That must have been. I almost want to talk to the original. Well, I wish we could talk to the original developers of this game, because that must have been quite a little bit of feat of programming to have this Nile thing flood.
Yeah, and also
Right.
life-changing indignations.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Very nice. It's so help me out here, Corine. This game comes after the first Caesar, but the last Caesar that was really big, at least I think, was Caesar 3, right?
I think it came after Caesar 3, but I'm not quite sure.
Yeah. It's a year after Caesar 3. And there was a Caesar 4, but I think it's not that popular.
No, I don't think so.
That came in like 2006, so that was like they lost back then.
But it also seems to be because this is a game by Impressions game. I was thinking this game doesn't look like I remember, but I was confused with Children of the Nile. Yeah, you were in the Nile. Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Oh no! Oh come on!
sorry. I didn't need it to happen. Once. But it doesn't seem Caesar Force doesn't seem to be published by or at least made by the same developer, because this is Impressions games.
Mm.
Fire in the Village.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh no! Oh dear!
Fire marshals. I like that too.
We have a firehouse. Let's see, where is it?
But what are the houses made of? It's like mud, right?
No.
It's well, Omar, it is.
Probably
I'll
burnt.
let you know.
Oh no, we're hunting, yeah.
Oh no, or the hunting. Oh no, the ostriches are safe for
Oh,
another.
victory. We already.
Well, everything's burning down. Doesn't matter. We won.
Nice, very nice.
Leave the village be.
Yes, exactly.
Well done. Filling your people's bellies.
Filling your people's bellies with nourishing food and protecting their homes from fire and well, maybe not by getting out before all their homes. You have helped this fledgling civilization take its first step on the long road of history. What? So, Omar, what does this remind you of? This sort of writing. Is this teleological stuff? Take its first step on the long road of history. Come on.
Hegel, you're there.
Exactly, Hegel. I was like, yeah, there you go, Omar. Here's your favorite Hegel again. You now hold the high score for this mission. You have bested Nefertari's won the first achievement. That's pretty good. Is it Nefertiti or Nofertiti?
Nefertiti. Yeah,
Oh, no.
I just clicked on a family name on the list because I'm bad in thinking of names.
Oh, okay, sure.
I hope.
We're gonna go on. 10 ordinary cottages.
Yeah.
Mine some gold for the palace's treasure. After many years and passing of a generation, your family has resettled in the area of Thinis in Upper Egypt. Here, a small band of local rulers is attempting to extend its influence over Lower Egypt and all lands along the River Nile, and to unite this realm under its own house with one supreme leader. Nice. So this is when we start to see the formation of the first kingdoms, right?
Yeah.
Establishing Thinis as a thriving city like nothing. This is a pre-Trumpian Trumpism, like nothing ever seen before. Will prove the worthiness of the Thinid Confederacy and help them gain supremacy over Lower Egypt and the other factions vying for power. In time, this will mean providing the population with entertainment, of course, and building wonderful temples to worship the region's patron deities. To build a city this grand will require a substantial supply of cash. Of course. That's what every pharaoh said. Like we need some cash here.
Yeah, they don't
All
even
right.
have like coins at that moment. So very interesting.
Very, very interesting.
Yeah,
All right,
there-
we really need Ares in here, but Ares is otherwise engaged at the moment, which is absolutely fine. But I had to be very much wiki crutched on Thinis. But Thinis is in fact, so if you know anything of sort of the background of this, Corine, because this is more your neck of the woods than mine,
Yeah.
as always. let us know.
Well, it's interesting because at first when I replayed this game, I was like, it's really early for a gold mine to, be placed. But actually, the first gold mines in Egypt were found in the pre-dynastic period. So that's pretty interesting that they went to that length, or, got lucky.
Nice. Or got lucky, yes.
One of those, yeah.
One of those, yes, for sure. Nice. I like the fact that this gold mine is so rich in gold that they even have a little golden obelisk standing next to it.
How do you otherwise know it's a gold mine?
Yes.
I mean, it could just be a regular mine then. I mean,
Exactly, if there's no golden obelisk next to it.
Alright, now we need... There are the ostriches.
So I really wonder if anybody in chat has, or later on YouTube, hi future people on YouTube, have knew of this game. Because I have to be very honest, I didn't know of this game before you were talking about it. Before more or less you were like, hey, they're gonna make this great, one of the best city builders ever into a remaster. I was like, okay, that
it
sounds
wasn't a
interesting.
bulletin once. It wasn't a bulletin once.
Oh yeah, but yeah, okay. Then it was one of those bulletin items that I've read and quickly sort of. Anyway, but yeah, I guess it was just in the bulletin just before.
Yeah.
Corine, you joined us on your internship, and you said like, "Hey, this is a fun. I can write something about this," which you did. People should go and you know what? I'm gonna link it in the chat right now. There we go. At interactivepasts.com. There we go. Where you highlight particularly some of your wishes, right, for the next one. I think so. JA says he thinks he played it, but he definitely knew of it. I didn't even know of it. So you did, Omar.
No, I knew Caesar 3, but that's it.
Okay.
So when I like made the battle bulletin stuff about it, it all said like, oh, they're the same people who did Caesar 3, and I was like, oh wow.
We have an architect post now.
What is an architect's post? Oh, that's the
It keeps things from collapsing. It's very important.
Yeah.
Everything in this game collapses.
Dynasties.
Dynasties collapse, temples collapse. We can say what we want about the old Egyptians, but they build stuff to last for sure. So maybe they've
Pretty sturdy, yeah.
Pretty sturdy stuff. I absolutely love the fact that you can in Leiden, right? There's this temple in the hall of the Museum of Antiquity, that you can just, that is more or less just stood for, I think, 3,000 years, I think. And it would still stood there if not for the Aswan Dam being built. And it still seems like the sturdiest part of the whole museum. It's like if anything ever happens, that thing will still stand there for eternity, basically. So yeah, they built their stuff to last.
See, now you can see them working in the gold mine.
Oh yes.
And when there's a little flag on those buildings, the red one is the fire station, and the blue one is the police station. If there are flags on top of it, you know they're working.
Good thing we don't have a Code of Hammurabi with all those collapses. Yes, exactly. That's a pun Ares will appreciate, J.A. Nice. This is one, you've already pointed it out, Corinne, but this is one of the nicest things about the Caesar game as well, is the way that these people just flood into your city, right?
Yeah, it's really
Like-
funny. You have like the overseer button here, and you can see your society just like booming into.
Boom.
Currently, housing can hold 150 more people, and they're just overall people are coming or wish to come to our city. Like, doesn't matter what we do, as long as we have housing, they will basically come.
Yeah.
And you can here see the census, like how old people are. And I think
That is nice.
it's really interesting because they actually come a lot of times with families with a little, bump around here, 20 to 30 years old. But if you stop building buildings, then you see like a spike in newborns, which is exactly, of course, what could happen in real life if you have a lot of new young people coming in and then they are getting children. And you can actually see that in this game, so I thought that was really nice historical detail.
That is a very nice, even more than historical. It's also what happens in migrant places right now, right? You have a lot of, often men, around the age of 20, 30. And very few other people. And that's nice. And when a city gets established, that's when you'll see, historically, but also now, when you'll see the baby boom, quite literally, right?
I also
Very nice.
look at this man in blue. Can you
That's
see
the
him?
police officer,
That's
right?
the police officer, yeah.
Someone's gonna get it.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can see
Exactly.
like here the risks of crime. You can see everything is fine. Only occasional crime in this area. Here, same. That's all
Nice.
good. It's good to check these every now and then.
I like how it says disease and malaria.
Oh, that is a nice touch. Well, we're talking about disease here, but that's a nice touch. So malaria is it's a separate thing than just other diseases. I guess could you have a look at the malaria overlay? That's interesting, I think.
Yeah,
So-
there's no malaria risk now because we cannot heal people yet. We don't have the possibility, so they won't give us.
If only if it
they
worked
won't
like
get
that.
sick. Yes, exactly. Well, since we cannot heal them.
But I am gonna check if we have risk of damage. This
So
is
JA says he's an engineer. Remember that Hammurabi's code said that if a building collapsed and killed someone, the builder's son should be put to death. Yes, to explicate that is in fact it's quite literally the eye for an eye approach for which Hammurabi became quite famous, right?
all right.
So nice. So what you could do always in Caesar 3 at least is you could sort of wait. Why can't we place it? Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I was like, why doesn't that fit there? That grinds
Yes.
my gears.
Yeah.
That grinds my gears.
Yes.
You can't because
could-
it needs water. You can only place it in green areas
Oh.
apparently.
The village palace.
Yeah.
I
What
mean,
does the village palace
it's
do?
flowing water, right?
Oh, flowing water. Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't know. I don't know, but
Groundwater, yeah. So we can place it over here. When there are our ostrich hunting farms. Where would you like to
Of
live?
course.
Over there?
I mean, you're the Pharaoh. We're just your advisors, so that seems like a nice spot. Out of money, oof.
That will be fine. That will be fine.
It's like, here's some free money. There you go. Problem solved.
Yeah, but what's gonna happen if you do this too often? Then
you lose all your
get upset
kingdom.
with you.
Yeah, then you lose all your kingdom points because apparently how others view your kingdom, it's not very good if you're constantly in debt. But see, they bring huge golden bars to our palace now.
There we go. This is the type of palace that I want to live in. That they literally just bring these golden bars.
Also, we don't have any furniture, but we do have golden bars. I mean,
you can use them as furniture. You can sit on golden bars.
It's cold and hard.
Exactly. You need some ostrich feathers as a mattress. some golden bars as the sturdy frame. Yeah, that will work. I will sign for that. Very nice.
You can see the road here. They're now stone.
Yeah.
People actually want to live closer to the palace, and they will try to do more effort to make their houses upgrade, so you can get more taxes in the future. So that's always you should always be able to put your palace next to houses.
So do the roads upgrade themselves, or? Yeah. Okay. So the more people walk on it, then yeah.
As archaeologists and teachers, well, 2 historians to be very precise, but still, absolutely 2 historians, only one. I guess I'm still an archaeologist if I want to be. What's the educational value of historical city building games like this? Do you think you could design lessons that involve students playing the game? So, I think first of all, maybe the student that gets to get this game running, like for example, Queen, definitely has some staying power. Let's put it like that. Some can deal with adversity. But in general, I think. Well, you know what do you think, Corinne? What because you in fact played this game when you were relatively young. What did it teach you back then?
Well, first of all, it just makes you enthusiastic about history, and you can actually look up a lot of little details in this game, and it gives you information, but just enough, like, it answers some questions, but you always want to know more, and you start reading a bit more, and you want to know, for example, if those cities really exist, and the gods of Egypt, like popped up now, is always something that's very interesting, and the mythology is very interesting.
Yeah, right. It is one of those games that it seems to me you have to do a bit of the reading. So, for example, you will learn about the gods, and you, of course, you will learn about lots. So, suppose that you've never heard about ancient Egypt before, then there's a lot to learn here, right? But suppose that you know a little bit about it already. I think one of the cool things that I see about this game is the function of the River Nile that floods, right? And that is such an important part of your economy, right? Of your city, because you already said that if things go wrong, then your citizens starve more or less.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
I think it's also very interesting in this game. You haven't seen it yet, but it's very important, your relationship with the gods, and that was very much the reality of that day. And it really drives home the fact how much people are engaged with, like, the gods. Yeah.
No, that is something that, depending on your upbringing as right now, that the fact that religion is so very much woven into all aspects of life is very clear in games like this, because you quite literally every little system in this game will be affected by the gods being happy or being angry, right?
Yes.
There will be, and you have to do stuff for that as well. So there's so many little things to learn here, and there's also, I think, going to be, just looking from it, there's going to be big things that if you're teaching through this game, you want to tell students that, but this is not really how it worked.
Yeah.
For example, with the police officers, You know, that's.
Not sure they existed back then, but
We had you know, in Assassin's Creed, or this is what I learned from Assassin's Creed Origins, is that there were in fact things or persons called magi, which were some form of law keepers, but police officers, and wasn't anything like something that was going to be present in those cities. So there's all sorts of little aspects, or the fact that as a government you can run out of money is also something that is very much now, right?
Yeah.
That is something that is not that the Pharaoh would be like, well, I haven't got any money right now, so let me just lend some money from, I don't know,
Central
somewhere.
Bank of Egypt. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, exactly. The Central Bank of Egypt. It was very much, I cannot feed my subjects, so they won't come to work on my projects, right? If sort of the general theory of labor from ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
So there's lots of different things that games like this do right and do wrong. And if you want to teach through a game like this, you have to really know the game as well as know the history. That makes it a bit hard, I think, with specifically older games like this, I would say.
So yeah, we just unlocked the religion tab, so to speak. And one nice little detail is that you can now hold festivals, which were of course very important. I don't know in that time, but definitely a little later on.
Mm-hmm.
So we have that now. You can either make a shrine or make a temple.
Oh, nice! A temple to Bust, the god. What is? Can we still see that? So Bust is the god. Oh, I mean, it's the cat god, right? But it's the god of what particularly?
Goddess of the home.
Goddess of the home. Oh, very
she now
nice.
is resentful.
Oh, right.
resentful. Oh no.
That's not good.
Oh, dear.
It can get a lot worse. I mean,
Sure.
earlier today I was, testing it, and I managed to get my family 10,000 in debt, and all the gods were pissed at me, so that was really not a good game. So we had to start again.
Nice. We go. Of course, cities need entertainment.
Jugglers.
Jugglers. Okay, now
So
now
very entertaining.
Now I want to know. Okay, ancient Egyptian jugglers. Is this a thing? Ancient Egypt
You
jugglers.
have,
I really
the
want to see that
juggler
Google search
school.
now.
This is the juggler school, and then we need
Okay, there we go. I love this. I'm not wiki crutched here. I'm, to be very, very precise, juggling.hu crutched. I'm not saying that there's any real knowledge here. It's just a site about juggling. Oh wait, you know what? The rich and stunning history of juggling is briefly but thoroughly summed up on its Wikipedia site. You're about to see a compilation based on this writing. All right. So history, ancient to the 20th century. This ancient wall painting, which unfortunately we can't show on stream, but it's you know what? I'm gonna just link this in the chat. There we go. It's a bit of a long link. Appears to depict jugglers. It was found in the 15th tomb of the Carissa I area, Egypt. In tomb 15, the prince is looking onto things he enjoyed in life that he wishes to take to the next world. The fact that jugglers are represented in a tomb suggests religious significance. In Egyptian mythology, round things were used to represent large solar objects, birth and death as well. And this is just why I think simply by playing a game like this, and as you already said, Colin, like wondering about, is this true or not? That you will learn a lot through this, because now I just learned about the early history of juggling.
I like how the website goes ancient to 20th century. So it's like 4 lineas for 4,000 years of history, and then
Hey man, there's apparently a lot of information available on Wikipedia. This is just a compilation. Now I want to read it.
I want to know what the Wikipedia page of juggling says.
The Wikipedia page also goes from ancient to 20th century, so it also has 4 lineas of it. But it's a Wikipedia page about juggling with historical information about juggling on it. Very, very cool.
I've prepared so well. We have food for the next 28 months.
Oh wow, that is kind of impressive. I always remember that my citizens in Caesar 3 were always sort of starving.
Alright, I'm gonna make the festival square over here.
Oh, is there a festival? Oh, that is nice. So if you don't have a festival square, you don't have a.
You don't get a
can't have
festival. So you
Nice.
can now choose over here. We only can choose one god, of course. Hold new festival. It's been more than a year since the last festival. People feel bored and overworked.
There you go.
If you don't hold festivals for too long, they actually become hopeless. So
Yes. Well, now I feel sad about the state of our current society.
we hold a
Because
lavish
we're-
festival.
Yeah, I want a lavish festival right here, or a grand one even, just something
Preparing
big.
festival for April.
Nice. After juggling was invented, there was a period of realignment in 1900. Yes, only 5 more years to go until you're as good as Joseph. Yes, that is true. February 1399. Wow.
Look at them go.
Look at them go.
Yeah, the scarf.
There they are juggling. Yes, but they don't have balls though. They have actual juggling.
Yeah.
Juggling. What do you call that?
Pins.
Pins, yeah.
Yes. Oh, nice. To briefly get back to the first question about education and games, I think what this game is, it's very much an economic simulator, right? Most city builders are city builders, and then under that there's an economy simulator. And the very first historical game was also an economy simulator, the Sumerian game, which we played on stream a couple of well, now it seems months, but probably was years, or I don't know really.
No, it was months. It was just before I started, I think.
Yeah, okay, so almost a year ago now, we can sort of say, right? I guess.
Kind of.
Yeah. Well, who knows?
Half a year ago.
The Sumerian game, basically, or Hammurabi, as its later incarnations are called, started out as as a series of economic simulators. One of them being the Hammurabi game, very much meant for teaching kids about how the economy works. And that's, of course, another thing that we don't really often think about anymore when we're looking at games like this. But these games are also very sort of nice entryways in understanding how the economy works, right? Because, Corinne, what did you build? You first built a hunter, then you built the granary, then you built a marketplace where they could get stuff, right?
Yeah. And there's our lavish festival.
And in the end, we have a lavish festival. People all over the city are heading for the festival. Oh, nice. Okay, so they literally go there, or is that not the case?
It's more a way of speaking.
No.
Okay, there's one. Oh wait, the ostriches are going there. They're like, yeah! Party.
So we have 500 residents now. Let's check how the god now thinks. Bust. Congenial.
Congenial. That is nice. A congenial god. That is very good. So I remember that in Caesar 3, if you clicked on the people,
Yeah, you can.
like right-clicked, they will say stuff. Oh, that is nice.
It's amazing.
Yes. Mehmetra, I'm new here. I wonder what is it to offer to a person like that. Is so nice. I always love these little
But you can also click on the houses.
meager
Meager.
shanty.
36 occupants. What?
You've also. Yeah, they're all 36.
What is the police officer thing?
Constable.
Wait, what? What's your name? Okay, constable. He's not a police officer. He's a constable. Everybody's friendly here. No one is reporting any crimes. Oh, that is so nice. That is so nice.
So Jay asks how much of the economy modeled is actually accepted consensus and how much is under debate. I guess
This is
most of it is under
1999.
debate. Yeah.
This is 1999. I think
Yeah.
clearly this is now what I'm trying to say is not necessarily the case that this will teach us about ancient economies. I think this very much touches us about our economies today,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
in the fact that it's food has to be produced somewhere. I mean, we're talking elementary school level of economy, right? Then it has to be brought to a place where that food will be stored, and then it has to go to the market. And that's just how games like this, they're very good at just showing this process, I think.
Yeah, I think a good example of that is like Banished. Banished has a very good economic system, where it, like, if it goes bad, it goes so bad you can't like get out of it. There's like this death spiral. It's like if you search it on Reddit or something, there's like this whole discussion of where there's a death spiral where you don't make enough food, and you can't like produce enough food to create enough new buildings and stuff. And there's like no way past it. It's just done. You can just restart if you want, but
Omar, I was just talking about like games for elementary school kids, and you're talking about death spirals.
mean, it's Banished.
It's a
Banished is not
very
for kids.
interesting game. I mean, I think Banished also really shows the Malthusian ceiling.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
very good point. Yeah.
yeah, I never really understood it until I played that game, and within a year, my population was, I think 50% maybe left, so it was terrible, but, I finally understood what the exact point was.
Yeah. What Malthusian population dynamics are about.
Yeah.
And yeah, for sure. And clearly, for example, the whole idea of Malthusian population dynamics is still at work in our economies today, or even at work in economies in the past, is up for debate. But you first have to understand what it's about before you can start debating it, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what we can now start debating, if we want, the real ancient economy of Egypt, which in many ways would not have really looked, especially not in this we're still in the pre-dynastic, or are we now in the archaic, Corinne?
No, we're still in pre-dynastic.
Yeah, so wouldn't have really resembled anything quite as stratified as this. But with all these specialists running around, and people would probably mostly just be farmers still, and bringing their farming produce to their local ruler, right? As well as their gold bars. Look at these things go.
I don't remember what the
are
winning
the gold bars,
conditions
are they
was.
like linked to the amount of money you have or not?
Yes,
Okay.
Look, he's bringing it in. You can see we have 403 now. He brings it in, we have 503.
Oh, nice.
Is there? This is only the second level, right? Is there also trading in this game? I remember
Yes.
that from Caesar 3. Ah, yeah. Okay, good.
But I don't remember the winning conditions. I mean, we have nice population, we have nice buildings.
Build boosts, and we have to raise the culture, I guess.
Can't you like check the winning conditions somewhere?
I think
You should. I mean, bad game design if you couldn't.
review your mission. Okay.
10 ordinary cottages
So we need booths. What booths?
for the jugglers.
Ah, okay.
So and they improve your culture, which improves your buildings, I guess, as
Oh.
well.
Let's place one over here.
Oh, that's literally a juggling booth, a little platform where somebody can. Oh, that is so cute. The thing I wonder sometimes is how many people actually get to see the debate, and how many internalize the simplified models in these kinds of games as how the real world works. That's an absolutely fair point, JA. I think this is also where, if you're teaching games like this in high school, or even in elementary school, or even at the university, that's, I think, where the debate should start. And I also think that
This is so sad. Sorry to interrupt, but
what was the
I needed the
Corinne
room
just
for
knocked
a
over
booth.
someone's home,
Oh,
oh
and he was like, she clicked on the person. He was like, "I've been kicked out of my home, not to my own fault." It's like, ah.
not to my own fault.
I needed
Aw,
the room for another booth.
you horrible Pharaoh person, you.
But the gods are happy
No.
with us.
Yes, sure. As long as the gods are happy, right? She's even the goddess of the home. Why was she happy with you?
He's also like,
Yeah, it's like the poor guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at that. He's just leaving for good. He's
I
like,
know,
well,
he's-
bye then.
He went here. And they have extra room for 28 people. You will
Hey,
find.
man, come back and join us. No, but I think that the time is ripe now for games to also start exploring beyond the simplistic models. I think if you have like, and you see this already happening, right? With indie games in particular. So this is if you have the bigger games to still teach the simplistic models, then you can have indie games have a function for those people that want to know more and need to know more, to really go for those more in ultimately I think also going to be more interesting models for playing around with the economy or with history. A good example of this when it comes to history telling is I think Where the Water Tastes Like Wine, which is this, this game about how history is built up through all sorts of little narratives traveling across a country, the myth of the United States. And the only thing is, I think you have to start somewhere, right? That's this is a. I absolutely love the Science of Discworld series. I think it's probably in the second book. So this is a book written together by I think it's Jack Cohen. I think I'm just gonna look this up right now.
Oh no.
Ian Stewart, Jack Cohen, and of course Terry Pratchett. Oh no, she said. Oh, your palace
Risk
is
of
gonna
fire
burn
is
down.
very high.
So like immediately we'll put some firemen there. Yeah, because that would have been problematic, right?
Well, our
So-
gold is there.
Yes, exactly. But in the Science of Discworld, I think it's probably number 1 or 2. They talk about lies to children, and lies to children is quite literally they say what education is for the most part of it, because you have to start with simplified models of the world, and after that, after people have learned those lies, the rest of education is unlearning those lies or seeing the truth, hearing the truth behind those actual lies. I always thought that was a very Terry Pratchett style of education, but I feel there's some truth to it, that things have to make logical sense. In reality, things don't always make logical sense. What makes sense is that we are victorious.
Exactly.
Yes.
Pharaoh uses eminent domain. It's super effective. Yes, exactly. Built the first true city in this unforgiving land. This is Egypt. Come on. Wow.
Corporal and spiritual needs.
Corporal and spiritual needs. Oh wow. I like that.
Alright.
All right, let's go. I have to say, the splash screen, the picture of it, is absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
Very nice. Peruajit, the precarious Nile. The thin-haired nobles still struggle to unite the lands of the Nile under one supreme ruler. To aid them in their cause, it is hoped that you will endeavor to establish a thriving community at Peruajit, in the humid delta region of Lower Egypt, thus spreading their influence throughout the length of the sacred river. To support a population larger than that of a village, you must learn to use agriculture. Oh, nice. Egyptian farmers have begun to exploit the rich fertile soil deposited by the annual inundation of the Nile. Can't wait to see this mechanic in the game in action. This should be fun. Many dungeons. Okay, there will be crocodiles though. So okay,
Oh no.
And malaria.
Hippopotamuses.
and malaria probably much more dangerous
And
than
Hippopotamuses.
Thank you.
hippopotamuses. Yes, yeah,
Okay.
hippos.
Farming
people.
along the Nile. We now we don't have irrigation yet because that comes only later, so we have to work with what the Nile provides. You see, now it gets all green and all good. I'll make
Oh,
a
good.
nice
Oh,
little
nice.
road into there.
Ah, nice.
I've been told I need a work camp,
Oh.
so put it over there. And then I can make farms. Only fig farms at this moment. So place
Very
a few-
nutritious. Very nutritious.
Very nutritious.
I don't
So-
know. Is that right?
Fill it with figs. Figs are nutritious, yes, for sure.
Of course
Yeah.
they are. Yeah, but I like this is not really a problem. I think it ties in a little bit with Angus you said. It's always oversimplifying. Like you can't live off ostrich meat and figs. Well, you could, but it's not.
Have you
good for you.
tried it, Omar?
No, but I mean, like in these kinds of games, like the way you feed your people is always oversimplified. Like there's always one or two resources you can rely on, and sometimes there's more, but more often than not, it's just all the same.
Yeah.
Which is, of course, not very historical. I mean,
Now we can actually pray to Osiris.
Oh.
And he was also the god, who was in control of the Nile floodings. So is he very
seems like a
important?
very good idea to pray to him then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not gonna piss him off.
No, for sure. Let's not piss off Osiris, the god of the. So yeah, exactly. So he's the god of. What does the game call him? Can you show me?
Yep.
Oh, we need more employees.
God of agriculture and the Nile flood.
And the Nile flood. Okay, that's nice.
And he is at this moment apathetic.
He's like, just man, work for me a bit.
Alright, we need juggler schools, of course.
That's any starting city needs juggler schools. I mean, if we excavate in Utrecht right now, I think one of the first things we'll find is juggler schools.
Can you imagine?
You never know. I mean,
You never know. Right next to the dome, you'll find the juggler school.
But how would you know that it was actually a juggler school? Maybe you would think
There's-
it's a ritual building with balls in it.
There's lots of balls in there, and there's pins in there, of course. So, and
and
we'll
images of juggling.
and images of juggling, and we'll find people with very, very pronounced skeletons of people with very pronounced upper arms, and then the rest of their bodies just. Well, I guess juggling must be pretty good for you in terms of a physical activity. You probably can get pretty fit while juggling, right? Like if the balls are a bit heavy. I don't know.
I think so.
I will tell you, I've never juggled one ball in my life.
It's also not juggling if it's just one ball, right?
Fair point.
I mean, that's the whole point.
Fair point.
Alright, a village palace.
So, but like, if you're playing through this, you're just playing new scenarios and just expanding on everything you already know about the game, right?
You get continuous.
So it's like
new
doing the
things.
same stuff over and over again, but then more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that I think was a bit of the trouble with these particular city builders. So Caesar and things like it, is that after a little while they got quite repetitive, right?
Yeah.
Because you have to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Isn't it
they
the
were-
down like what they could do, like what they could physically make the game of, like they
Yeah,
just
but
get it farther because then the game wouldn't work anymore.
no, sure, but it also has to do with the fact that what we're doing is we're looking for this campaign structure in this game, right?
Yeah.
So from a game and that is not necessarily something. It's because SimCity was already, and as you already said, what is it, Civ Rome, right? Or what was it called again?
Yes, the city room.
Yeah, it was already, I think, a thing, right? And it didn't really. Well, SimCity didn't really rely on a campaign structure. It just was straight up city building.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I think that, at least I remember from Caesar 3, there was also just an endless mode or something like that. So it is there, but as soon as you go for it's almost some sort of a very repetitive tutorial, but at the same time,
I mean, still better than Paradox tutorials.
yes. But it's also a very fun to do this, right, Corinne?
Yeah.
To just build your city again and again and just
Because it becomes harder very soon.
yeah.
And then, like I said, this today I was trying it out and I had so much debt and everyone was leaving and they just left their houses and never came back. I had absolutely no way of turning it back. It was horrible.
Yeah, exactly. Because at some point you don't have any resources, you don't have any people. You have to more or less start from zero or even less than zero. I remember there was this one. So I played quite a bit of Caesar 3, but I've never really managed to progress much beyond it was the Mediolanen level, which was where you were in control of what is nowadays Milan, and you were in fact being invaded by the Carthaginians, so Hannibal,
Of course.
and you had to grow your city quite quick. At the same time, you would have to also build up your defenses real quick as well, because they would just come trampling down your whole city, and your whole city would be gone. And I could never really find the next. I mean, I'm not particularly good at games, remember, but I could never really find the right balance of beating that level. So I can see how that could happen with these levels as well.
Yeah, so there's like one way of beating them, and then if you don't do it that way, it probably won't work.
Exactly, it simply won't work. And if it's before the internet, you can sort of look up the best strat.
The amount of times I've done that for certain games, like how do I win this?
Yes. Well, in the good old days, we didn't have those strategy guides.
No, but that's how. Well,
We had to go to the library and look it up in a book.
I mean, I can remember having the cheats for Age of Mythology. When was that game a thing?
Age of Mythology, that's later.
That's
friend.
way later, I know, but
that is like 2005, 6, I think. 2005.
still.
I think.
Oh no, I remember. It's 2002, but the cheats were in the booklet, I think.
Oh, sure.
I'm like remembering how did I get to those cheats, because well, Google wasn't really a thing back then.
It's strange, isn't it? Yeah. So I mean, we're now on a bit of a side path, but back then, cheats you got by like becoming a member of the Nintendo club, and you getting Nintendo Power in, or getting PC gaming with the cheat section or stuff like that. And then through word of mouth is how you learned about those cheats. Not through the internet. Very nice. What are they doing there even?
They're look, they have all cards
wow.
with fakes. Yeah, I was waiting for that because sometimes the flood comes a bit early and you have absolutely no food for all your 400 people.
That is, I want to say cool, but it's not cool, of course. But
And now
so is that a random event, or is that something that you can sort of see coming?
No, it's just random when it floods.
I like that as a mechanic a lot. That brings a lot of uncertainty into the game.
We now have industry, as you can see.
Nice.
Now that you've given your people basic food and water, you can enhance their lifestyle with other goods, such as pottery. Which is, of course, very funny that pottery is only now introduced.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure.
And
They were
also-
just carrying
also-
water with their hands.
Exactly. They're like,
I
yeah.
feel like we've had this discussion before when we were playing Dawn of Man, I think.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
had this
exactly.
same discussion about how did they do stuff with water then.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, he could technically carry water with leather sacks and things like that. And
Yeah.
There comes the Nile. But
You see,
it is kind of fun that
fields are just
oh,
gone.
okay. So the fields are just, you have to rebuild them every single year.
No, they come back.
Oh, they come back. Okay. So same for the roads. I like this a
There's
lot.
like dudes disappearing into the Nile.
Delivery boy. The
You're
bossy
trying to-
lady makes me carry goods all day.
That's breaking the fourth wall there. The game is watching us.
The game is watching us. Yes. I love the Nile mechanic. That it's really good.
Yeah.
It is really
Also
nice.
pretty scary seeing the Nile like coming in.
Yeah, it is. For how strange it is for a game this old that it feels majestic, even, right? Like, very nice.
So now we have to keep an eye on how Osiris feels about us. So that's quite good. But we'll give him a festival. No, a Lavish Festival. That will be fun.
Well, Lavish Festival. There you go.
It will be in December. You know, people need a kind of festival in December. Nothing else to do.
That is true. That is true.
But they're basically out of work now. Now they can't go on the farm.
Oh, Wow, that is also well. This is the seasonal mechanic is cool, very cool. So what does that do to your? Do people get unhappy, or what's going to happen then now they're out of work?
Nothing much. Sometimes I read somewhere that crime could become a problem sooner because they're at home, but
Because everybody knows that people without a job are just good for nothing.
that was indeed what I was suggested to believe. Oh, look, we have 500 people now.
Oh, that's pretty good. That goes quick, yeah, for sure.
And they're still just flooding in. All these people.
They all want to be part of the boss ladies.
You can actually
Village.
see the water carrier here. And he's...
Yeah.
I think he has, like, some pottery going on there.
I think this. Yes, yeah, that is a good T-shirt line. He has some pottery going on there. Yes, for sure. Yeah, I think he had some.
also. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I also like the fact that they said you can now enhance their life with some goods. That is this classical consumerism right there. Like enhance their life.
Production is 16% complete.
Oh, so still no enhancement of life through pottery.
Oh,
No.
there goes the now again.
And now you can see our fields.
This is such. I mean, 1999 people. Wow, very
we
nice.
have only 0 figs stored, so people were probably very hungry and need to make some more farms. So people don't starve,
Makes sense.
right?
Time to have them build a pyramid. Yes, exactly. Pyramid. Can you build a pyramid in this
You
game?
can build
You know?
monuments, but you have to unlock them, and you can't skip forward to family history, so...
Oh no, of course.
Oh, our Lavish Festival.
And monuments will also include pyramids. I need my pyramid.
I think
Jay
so.
needs this pyramid. We all need our pyramids.
I don't remember, and I haven't got there since I've rediscovered this game.
Nice.
I mean,
I can't
Must be
imagine
right.
it not
Must be
having pyramids. Yeah.
that would be like the biggest buzzkill ever. Here's a game about ancient Egypt where you can build your city, but no pyramids.
Because that's not realistic.
We need the storage yard now for the pottery.
I mean, if you could have a cheat code here with, with aliens involved,
Insta pyramid.
Insta pyramid, you get some aliens beaming down and building a pyramid, you would get Ares so very upset. They're in, but later shifts of the family. Oh, nice. So Artheon666 has also played this game then. Well, very cool. Children of the Nile definitely has them. I think Jay, that you have told us to play Children of the Nile a long time ago, because I think I even have it still. I'm gonna look right now. I always end up going for storing stuff that I have to do stuff with in my tabs in my phone. Oh no, that's another game that you referred to us that has to do with ancient Egypt, which was A Tale in the Desert, which we never got to. But that's an MMO about ancient Egypt, right? So we've never really went for it, but maybe we should have a little look at Children of Nile. So
Cool story. That's the same developers.
Oh, really?
That's Tilted Mill, which is the company made by the people who left Impression Games who made this game.
They made the Children of the Nile.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, we should maybe try that then a couple of weeks down the line in preparation of the Pharaoh remake, which, is going to be a little bit further down the line, I guess. But
Yeah, I think
so
so.
Archeon666 has also played this game so much. So it's an MMO without combat. Yeah, exactly. A Tale in the Desert. I want to check it out. It sounds really cool. So Archeon666, did you also, just like Corina, discover this game in your local library as a loan, or did you get it from somewhere else? So A Tale in the Desert seems to me it has a steep learning curve and high time investment, so it seems like the EVE Online of ancient MMOs.
They also don't have like a speed button. You have to go into the menu every time.
Menu. Nice.
And I can, like 80 and 90, everything is pretty close together, but 100, you have like 3 seconds and the entire year is gone. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah. Fill a storage yard with pottery.
Yeah, look, there it is.
Oh, there we go.
And can you see the priest over there just prancing around?
What is he thinking? What is he thinking? I want to
It
know.
looks very important. Wait.
Can you?
Yeah, he's
What?
now
Oh,
behind
he's
the
hiding now.
building.
He's now doing his priest stuff.
Priest.
I can see you're a religious person, Omar.
Yeah.
He's doing his
His
priest.
priest stuff. The stuff priests do.
This city is
This city
adequate.
is adequate. Okay, thank you.
Tutankhamun, not Amon, no Achmin. Okay, tell me more. Well, tell me
Yeah.
more. I like that.
Artheon
Tell
is
me
still
more.
using the disc version.
Oh yes, yes, that's true. So, Omar, you are a connoisseur of city builders and of civs. I'm gonna put some more. I'm gonna push some more expertise your way. You are also a connoisseur, or at least somebody who enjoys a good user interface.
Yes.
Can you give me your thoughts on this user? Artheon 66, by the way, update, still using the disc version. Wow, got it somewhere after
That
release.
still works. That's a thing.
That is, well, kudos to you. Kudos
I
to you.
mean,
That's
all my
amazing.
old discs don't work anymore. It's really
No.
sad.
Yeah. All right, UI. Give me your
So-
UI.
I'm starting off with the minus, which is the letters, the what do you call it?
Font.
The font they're going with. I really hate this font. It looks so Comic Sans and messy. I mean, yeah, sure.
Yes.
And it's also, yeah, but I kind of like the rest of it. You need to know what the symbols mean. I like, if you really want to get pro with this, you probably will remember all the symbols, but
As you can see, Corinne is quite pro.
knows
with
what
this.
she's doing.
She's no.
Another thing what really grinds my gears is that the fact that the map and the screen do not do the same thing. Like the screen is diagonal and the map is horizontal or vertical.
Wait. Sorry. Now, okay, you have to.
See what I mean?
No, I don't see what you mean at all. What do you mean?
Like you're looking at the world in a diagonal view.
Oh, in a isometric view.
Yeah,
And the map is top down.
yeah.
That grinds your gears? Why?
No, I mean like, yeah. It's just, yeah.
I like that.
Just made someone homeless again.
Oh.
I hope he finds a new house. Oh, well, our house were downgraded. That's not good.
Oh, why did that happen? Why?
Because she tore it down, probably.
I don't know why that happened.
Oh, it has not food. It hasn't received any food.
Yeah, we're low on food. That's right. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
No, but like what I meant with like the map is that the fact that the map is straight and the world you're looking at is diagonal. It's just, why not make the map diagonal as well then? But those
Okay,
small
sure.
things bug me.
Sure. Nice. I think that I completely agree with you on the font. I also think that the game is they went with it. They went with this Egyptian aesthetic, like full hardcore. It's everywhere, and it's kind of interesting because I remember. I mean, this is probably through the rose-tinted glasses of 20 years not having played it or whatever. But I remember Caesar 3 having a bit more of a cleaner aesthetic in a way, sort
Yeah.
of more. Right. I don't misremember this. I mean, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't-
Sorry, go on.
Oh, malaria. Oh, dear.
Oh, no.
But at the same time, I think it's absolutely charming, this game, right? It's with all these little symbols, and I mean, you can sort of. I like it because you have to do a little bit of iconography at first to sort of start to understand it. Like you have these seated villagers, which will probably be your houses. Then you've got the food, and then I guess the entertainment with the harp player, religion with with the Ankh. What is the Ankh about?
It's city service things.
City services.
Yeah,
I wouldn't know.
firehouse, your architect post, the police station.
No, the Ankh. Sorry, not the Ankh. The Eye of Horus. Is
Oh,
what
that's
I
a
meant. Sorry.
religion.
That is religion. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, there are a lot of dead people
Oh.
there. Oh, that's not good.
They could have gone with a little less inconspicuous thing, like the whole Egypt thing, and then suddenly random skulls.
What I really like about this city player is like this overview tab. I like having like all your information right here. I really like that you can actually see how old your population is, how many people are there, how many food you have. I think that's really well done.
Yeah, that's true. That is very, very nicely done in a couple of tabs. Very nicely there. So, Very Sharp Eyes by JA. You're not a fan of Papyrus, which is the font. This is, in fact, this font that they used is, I think, the Papyrus font. That is what JA is getting at. Let me. Yeah, it must be. It must be the Papyrus font. So they just used the Papyrus font for this game.
But they went all in with it.
Yeah.
They're like,
Everything.
we want it everywhere.
Yes, it is. It is in fact the Papyrus font. Or very close to it. And I was like, when was the Papyrus font even invented? But it was invented by Chris Costello in 1982, hand drawn over a period of 6 months by means of calligraphy pen and textured paper. So Omar, this is not your regular Comic Sans. I don't know if it's the same font, but it's similar. Yeah, it's very similar to Papyrus. I would agree. Yeah.
This is like one of the things I was talking about that I really like about this game, because we were very, good to Osiris. He now blesses us. Osiris rewards those who pay him worship. The next Indonesian will be significantly better than we were expecting. So by actually involving the gods in your life and, giving them your respect, you actually make this game easier for yourself.
Yeah. Nice. That's... Oh, I see that they
have all their cards ready.
All their cards, like, oh wait,
nope.
No!
Run! Nope, too late.
Okay,
Are they now gone?
Yeah, we didn't get it, I think. We still have a lot. I mean,
that is so horrible. These people were literally there waiting with full cards.
I should have just.
People are extremely pleased with you. I mean, there's just some people dying, but still, yeah.
There's
There's malaria going on. People are dying in streets, but they're still extremely pleased.
Oh well.
What is this?
I think that if modern politics show anything, that even in the midst of absolutely government mismanagement, people can, a section at least of your society can still be extremely pleased with you. Hegetotep. Malaria doesn't seem to be a problem here. No, but just go one street.
Is it like because you're ignoring the problem, or
he's just walking over there where no one lives? Well, people are dying.
He isn't wrong. I mean, it isn't
What's
a problem
not here?
But...
Wow, that is he's such an anti-lockdown.
He just walks this way again, like, not my problem. This part of the city, not my problem. There's another one right in front of him.
This is also something that I remember from these old games, or particularly these type of city builders, that you were so really dependent on the route that these.
Look how many people we lost.
Whoa! Wow, that's we're under 400 again. Wow.
We have only for 1 month of food. This will be an interesting year. And there are a lot of new people coming in. Look, this problem solves itself.
No food! Yay!
They will need food. The problem solved itself. Oh my god, it's.
Oh, but the now is coming back. Imagine just those cards coming back as well. But no.
I don't think so. I think we lost them.
Oh.
Oh, we have new people.
Do we need to make more granaries, maybe? We have new people.
Well, the granary is empty, so we can make another one. Oh,
Having
our
played
money is
Plague
a
Inc. with you, Corine,
yeah.
I'm beginning to see a pattern here. When you play games, you're quite well, an unforgiving leader. Let's put it like that.
As long as they're happy with me.
Sure, you're right. You're right. Exactly.
Alright, now we get like statues and gardens and plazas.
Ooh.
Oh, and this. This is very cool. This is a water crossing. You have like this little boat. So you can actually cross the Nile.
Nice.
Let me see. I could make one over here. No, that's not a good idea. If you make them here, they will just disappear when the Nile comes flooding in and those don't come back.
Oh. Oh, they don't. Oh, okay. Well.
Roadblock.
Oh, we already did it.
Like, hey, here we go.
But you can
So-
now
You
the
can
options.
continue if you want. I mean, you could.
I'm just gonna proceed.
Exactly. Let's proceed.
We want pyramids.
Superb. Your own citizens are beginning to look at you as their caretaker. Provider of malaria. Drowner of citizens. And the caretaker.
I just think they have really low standards. Now we finally get to the Archaic Period. During the Archaic Period, the villages that emerge in the pre-dynastic gradually unite to form the Great Kingdom of Egypt. The young civilization founds a capital, secures its borders, masters the waters, and builds its first monumental tombs.
Ooh, nice.
Pyramids.
Pyramids? Monumental tombs. They are not
Oh, yeah.
pyramids. Not straight up.
I mean, that's what pyramids were, right? Oh wow.
Oh,
That's a
wait.
cutscene. Oh wow. But the cutscene messes up.
I love that he already has like the thing on his head.
The wild landscape, and bring forth the bounty of Egypt.
This poor ostrich.
They just killed one. Oh, okay, no, there's more. Good looking pots though.
Mud bricks. There we go. This is a decent cutscene. I don't know about the ostrich hunting, but
Forever house the souls of their departed nobles.
That's monumental. I mean,
that is
I think that's
monumental.
the tomb. I don't know the name of the... Oh, it really glitches out here. Oh, that still works. Alright. We're now
As the
in
people who live along the
Macon?
Nile still struggle to survive in this
population
harsh
of
environment,
thousands,
a
10
local
modest
king
apartments.
named Narmer has risen to power.
brew some beer for bazaars to distribute.
You know,
Oh,
you need to keep your
I
priorities
liked it.
straight.
So, Necken is is Heraklion Polis or Hawk City. So that's Heraklion. That's nice. So the religious and political capital of Upper Egypt at the end of prehistoric Egypt, and probably also during the early dynastic period. So there was also something even about a tomb here. Oldest known Egyptian painted tomb. So that's you can say whatever you want, but these designers they
Did
they
their
Some
knew their,
research.
homework.
they did the research, yeah, for sure. And Narmer is, I think, also, if I recall correctly, an actual name on the list. Let me look it up. Narmer, Egypt, yeah. Exactly, Narmer was the person who unified, I think, Egypt even. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. Very nice. All sorts of little details here. Cool. Very cool.
Yeah, it's very cool to like get to know all those details that actually make sense.
Yeah.
That's very cool about this game. Alright, now let's see.
A mastaba. Yeah, probably we're gonna be building a mastaba. I'm gonna say
Developing culture,
those developing culture. Beer.
With beer, yes.
multiple
nice.
gods, more
Oh, nice.
entertainment. They now want music as well.
not only
Those people.
They're like
Law and
Law
order.
and order.
juggling was so pre-dynastic.
Alright, let's see.
Nice.
This is a nice spot for our farms. I'll just build first a couple of houses so people are actually coming in. Yeah, this is exactly the type of thing you said. You have to start over again and again.
Yeah, I can imagine getting that getting pretty boring after a while.
I don't know, I always liked these type of games, so maybe I'm a bit more forgiving.
No, I have a short span of attention sometimes, so.
Yeah, it is one of those things that it is. I have to say, just like with you, Corinne, the first moments of just building your village that grows into a town, they're very relaxing because things don't really go wrong in the beginning yet, and right. So it's nice. It's nice.
But I
It's
also
really
like the things you learned from the previous thing, like, oh, it's better to have my granary over here, or do this. And then you can improve that in your next city, and you will have different problems. And I really just like to, you know, work those problems out and try to make it the perfect city.
yeah. What does the work camp do again? So the work camp is because you need to have the work camp before you can even have the.
This work camp houses laborers who can work either on floodplain farms or monuments. So they can live either in a work camp, but they can also live in regular housings. But sometimes if you put this first, then they will go to the fields quicker. Because otherwise you miss the first year of harvest. And that's not really
Wow.
what you want.
Pro strat, very good.
I mean, we're pros at gaming, you know.
Yes, that is very true. We're past pros, and well, clearly Corine is also a pro at this particular game. Very good.
Employees needed.
Yeah, I will build so many houses, but I need to, you know, not make the same mistake as the last time, because houses are pretty expensive for, you know, mud brick huts.
Exactly. Not even mud brick huts. There just seem to be a couple of like
I was
somebody
putting
just
it nice.
yes, that's putting it very nicely. Somebody just slammed some mud together and then just said, "I live here," basically.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Alright, let's see.
She's also a pro at Warzone. Oh, are you a pro at Warzone?
Well, I've been playing it more. I never really played, you know, shooting games because I always liked either the fantasy where you would just go to town with a sword, but some people really started to get me into it, and you know, when you play more often, you actually get better.
True. Until a certain age, and then there's just no helping you anymore when it comes to first-person shooters.
Alright. Who do we want to have a temple to?
Well, I mean, Ra is my personal favorite, so
What
you
does
know.
Ra do in this game? Let's check.
I don't know exactly what
God
he
of
does.
the Kingdom. I don't know what he does if he's angry.
Well,
Just
but
go with Ra.
we could try to find out, or we could. I like it.
I mean, triable air.
Alright, perfect place.
So all these different temples have different designs, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
You can actually
Nice.
really... I can't zoom in any further, but I'll show you when I place another one. Should be conservative with my money at this stage.
Very good. Very frugal.
Of course, we need some...
Jugglers in there.
Jugglers, bring some jugglers in there, and a bandstand. I like that so much. A bandstand.
First we need a
I really wonder
conservatory.
what the band looks like.
There we have the conservatory, and then the bandstand can be... Hold on, that one is a bit bigger. The bandstand. So it's just a few more stages, I guess.
Yeah, like nice. So here we will have a band, more or less. I like the fact that
You can
these
see them
things
over
become.
there, actually, like here. They have like
Yeah.
trumpets.
Oh, nice.
They're jamming so hard.
They're jamming. So I wanna listen to them now. I wanna listen to their tunes for a bit.
That's another thing about this game. The soundtrack gets so repetitive. I mean, the gameplay is fine for me, but the soundtrack is just too much.
Yeah, but that happens in a lot of games. Have that problem.
Not
That's
all
what
of
I.
them.
Not all of them. No, exactly. That's what I love, and that's I think is the genius of civilization, or in particular colonization. I know this is not a popular game to sort of to praise, but colonization, Sid Meier's colonization, has some exceptional music selection. I think for that you can just sort of keep on listening to quite literally throughout your entire 500 years or whatever how long you have to go through colon. I forgot when it ends, but basically through the whole game. Very good. But yeah, good to hear that you've been enjoying yourself with some Warzone then as well, Corina, because it's good to play different types of games. And I, I I've looked a little bit at Warzone and I'm like, this looks a lot of fun. This looks very much up my alley. But at the
I
same time,
I feel a Warzone stream coming in.
It's,
absolutely, if we can tie it into talking about the past somehow, or just want to have fun, that's also fine. But I mean, you remember me playing
Yeah, I do.
Battlefield 1 with you, or Battlefield 5 with you on stream.
I mean, Vincent was with us. That's what saved us, I guess.
That's what saved us, yeah, for sure. Now I simply am not a
look, there's
mouse.
the juggler now, and there's the band.
Oh,
Wow.
so he's juggling while they're playing.
Yeah.
That's it's like a it's like Burning Man basically. It's Burning Man in the sense of Egypt rather than the sense of the Mojave
But
Desert.
we don't want any fires because that's bad.
Oh yeah.
No, exactly. No
Good that
no
you
fires
say it.
here,
Let's
please.
check how our risks are. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Malaria? Oh, I didn't place any. Yeah, let me do that.
So what does the roadblock do?
I have no idea, but I think it blocks the road.
Hey. Hey.
Yeah. that makes
Yeah.
some sense. Yes. Yeah.
Why is it a thing then?
I don't know. You can just like place it there and I think they can't get
Drown.
around it. Hold on, there's somewhere a tab where you can read everything. Wait,
Now to find it. The tab where you can read about everything.
wait, I'll
That's
just...
Help? Maybe under help?
Yeah, maybe I
that's,
can just make a little road and then I place roadblock and then I can click on it. That
That's
works
not good
too.
points for UI. That's bad points for UI.
Place roadblocks to restrict Volker's patrol routes. People with specific destinations like delivermen or Bazaar can pass it freely.
Ah.
So it's like the policemen and stuff. They probably have.
Like
They
if
like-
your doctors are not going to the right street and you'll just lock them
Yeah,
into
exactly.
the street.
Nothing
Yeah.
wrong here.
So they're like normally patrolling around all the streets, but if you like don't want them to go down a specific street, you just block off the street, and they can only go there if they have like a specific destination behind that roadblock.
I think that is a really smart. I think we're 1999. I keep on saying this. That is a really smart design decision for a game like
Yeah.
this, because it
I
isn't.
mean, yeah.
It isn't a Caesar 3, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but
I can't remember it, but that's really smart.
I mean,
really
it's one of the biggest frustrations in these kinds of games is that your people are not going where you want them to go.
nice.
It's like,
For certain
please
NPC.
go there.
Yeah, exactly.
I want it there. I don't want it there.
No, exactly. What?
Why? It should fit.
Yeah,
Come on.
here. The structure needs groundwater, built on a grassy area.
There's no ground over there. What?
Okay, so that's also another difference, I think, with Caesar 3, is there you have aqueducts, so you can just basically make
Yeah, you
A
get like
watery-
water screw things here. So you can do that also for irrigation and all that kind of things.
Ah, nice.
But
So you
not in
can
this
still sort of
period.
extend the grassy area then,
Yeah.
as but not right now.
No.
That's annoying because that would have been the perfect spot for a palace. But
Yeah,
okay then.
Because if you place it here, this is industry. Because
Exactly,
these are
nobody's gonna-
pottery.
You don't want to live
And
next to
people
industry.
don't want
Come
to
on.
live near the potters. So you can place it there because then you won't get the upgrades that this palace will
Maybe
give.
this only solution is to okay, we already placed it. So it's
Start
like
over again.
to just demolish a couple of houses.
Yeah. No, you don't say demolish. You relocate people.
Sure.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. I want to say right here right now, if you watch your Plague Inc. stream, it wasn't me. I wasn't the mastermind behind it all. It was very much going like, go for Madagascar. Now then take this. You've got enough points for that. I was like, yep, sure. I think there's somebody with a certain knack for making the tough calls is what we'll call it.
Corinne is like the person who also uses nukes in Civ 6.
And yes, that is true. That is true. Just like they're there, right? You gotta use them.
It's a game mechanic. I mean, if it's in the game.
And right you are. Don't be ashamed for your nuke use. We will
I've never
not. We will
played
not.
it. I never played
We
it,
will,
so I don't know.
we will not nuke shame you.
We will not nuke shame you if you ever drop one.
I
You
really
should-
like city builders, but I usually like the trading mechanism and that kind of things a lot more than the fighting systems. Because if I really want to do a fighting game, I will, like The Witcher, Skyrim, Warzone sometimes. But when I'm
Nice.
playing cities, I just don't like see them demolished.
Very
Except when it's yourself deleting homes.
But then I'm making it better,
Yeah, I know exactly. I know what you mean, though. I know what you mean. When I play my city builders, I also want to keep. Yeah, that's why I like Banished. Banished is a good game in the sense that there's nothing. I mean, there's lots of horrible stuff happening, but there's nobody coming in there to destroy the little town.
Yeah,
that you
it's
play.
all you. Yeah.
It's all exactly. It's all you destroying it.
Alright, now I'll make here a nice crossing, so you can see that as well. And we probably need it. The bridges are here, very short here, so we can do that. Oh, yes. Now you have a nice...
But how do they get across the river then? I mean, building just magically appears
They swam. They swam there
with all those crocodiles.
with all
There he
those
is.
crocodiles. I mean, it's the boss lady just told them like, "Hey, listen, you gotta swim there." Then they swim there. That's just what they do.
Don't question it.
Exactly. Don't question it.
Sometimes that's just with this game. Don't really start to think about it.
Nice. It is. It is your budding town now houses 500. Another little milestone. I like that. When you look at the map design of this, you really have to do this. You're not gonna probably very easily get to the goals of your scenario without building this ferry crossing.
Yeah.
So that's I always like that when map design really forces you to, in the very first stages, play a certain way, right?
Yeah.
So that you get to make the most out of all the different mechanics. We're doing really well with funds, with population.
Are
Except
those some
the-
famous last words? Or
Yes. While I was saying this, I see all these messages pop up.
you just jinxed yourself in a second.
Well, not myself, but Corinne. But yes, for sure.
There we go. Let's make a nice little shrine. One to Osiris, I think. I haven't checked the gods in a while. Let's do that.
Ooh, yeah.
They're all angry with you.
I think
Angry,
that-
yeah.
I mean,
Alright, that's not good. Let's hold an... Oh, I don't have Festival Square. Let's make Festival Square. look at all those people. This is really fun. Like, I built a bunch of houses over there, and now look what they're gonna do.
Of them. Nice.
It's just like a lot of ships going there.
It seems a bit much to just build a ship and cross once, and then demolish it again. But sure.
I mean, yeah, sure.
There are nice animations as well. If you look at the ships.
I like how it's like a continuous stream of ships.
Yes. Yeah.
I know I need employees. They're coming in right now, but we need to do something about
About the
the
gods.
gods. Probably want to make it around here. The festival square.
Ooh, that's expensive.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh.
Fire.
Oh, no.
city. No, that's fine.
Just some buildings, I mean.
It's just if your palace or something burns down, that's a lot worse.
Yes, that's yeah.
Alright. Resentful and enraged.
Oof, maybe Bust can have some love.
We hold a Lavish Festival in October, and we'll make
I guess we need some temples
Temple
across the
for-
river anyway, right?
Bust. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because
I
people
just put a
probably
shrine there. That's the smaller one is a shrine. So. they
Oh, the
have-
one is so that if they have access to a shrine, they're also happy with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll place
I mean,
one here.
temple is better probably, but
This one is for Osiris, so you can see the different art style.
Oh,
This one is
yeah.
I mean,
for Ra.
the Ra one is much bigger.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
take up the same space.
They do. Interesting, because it seems
Yeah.
like such a much bigger.
Yeah.
No, it's really
Well, it's also-
appearances.
It's also like it takes up more of the squares.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
like
exactly.
the edges of the temple are
Are much.
Yeah,
yeah.
but you can see like 1, 2, 3. There's 1, 2, 3 here
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
was this upset.
Ooh. Remember that health and happiness flow from her. Yeah, as
I
well as
already see a
disease, apparently.
skull above there. Oh no! And there we go.
And there we go. Oh.
Did I build a... what-
No, not yes, not a temple yet to
Yeah, let's
her.
do that. Just
just
sure.
just to not piss her off even more.
Oh, is that... Did I build another one for Osiris?
Wait, I think you.
Yeah,
No,
I did.
right?
I think I did. No, they're just very
No.
similar.
Maybe the other one was one for Osiris
Wait.
or for Bust.
Well, can you see if you
Yeah, I
Oh,
placed 2 to Bast,
okay.
and she's still unhappy.
A plague. Oh no!
And a Lavish.
and a Lavish Festival? Come on, Buzz.
Just like
That's
Corona.
not the best idea now.
We apologize. Okay, wow, my God, the whole town is going to. Oh dear.
Okay.
This is
Here, my
Both?
backup village is fine.
my backup village. Look, don't complain. The backup village is fine. Let's just all go there.
This village is called Pharaoh 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Oh dear. Oh my goodness.
At least the river's gone. I mean,
What do you mean the river's gone?
we can farm again.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, if you don't have people, you don't get any food either, so...
Hey, but if you don't have people, they don't need to eat either. So
That's true.
Hey,
this is a problem that fixes itself.
Look, there you feel the guy again. The...
I see.
Manarius.
Oh, that's a juggler. Oh, they look so
I
much
see
like
job
the...
vacancies everywhere. Yeah. No shit, Sherlock. Hello, juggler.
so how are we doing on pop? Can you see that somewhere?
You know, it's had a kind of
Eh.
hiccup, but we're... This one is better than that one, again.
it is. Yeah.
So we can see here that we have a lot of people in hut
Dwellers.
Hut dwellers.
and we have little in between, and then we have another good one.
And we don't have estate dwellers yet. But
The
that's
granaries
later
hold
levels.
no food for the upcoming month. That's
Well.
a problem.
But I thought I also saw a message that people, venerate us as a local deity or something, or as a god. So I think we should still be fine, right?
Sure.
When is the harvest coming in?
Anytime now.
Ah, there we go.
Look,
You-
there's
you-
new people.
You're just perfecting just in time delivery, Corinne. This is what makes empires, materialist consumerist empires great. Just in time delivery of food or of iPhones or whatever.
You can't build roads everywhere around the Nile, which is really annoying.
Yeah. Why can't you chop down those trees?
I don't know.
I mean,
Oh, you
if you
can.
can build. Oh, you
There
can.
you-
It's just
After 20 years of playing this game, she learned something new.
Never
you
told
just
to
can't
learn.
when building a road. Oh wow.
All right.
All right.
I think. Did I forget anything? Yeah, I did. We need some storage yards.
Artheon 666 was just about to say that about deleting the trees. So
I like that we've got so many experts. Oh, this I always hated with Caesar.
Oh,
you have to
no.
wait. You have to wait before they're passed. Yeah, I like that we have so many experts of this game connected together. It almost feels like a specialist workshop on this game from 20 years ago.
people love you. Oh, thanks.
I mean, they were extremely pleased. They were first saw us as a god, so I guess it's getting a little bit worse.
I think the new arrivals are very pleased with me, and the old ones that survived are just happy to be alive.
Sure.
Okay,
Sure. So,
look at this. We now get taxation, so that's interesting, and your
Okay.
personal salary.
It's like the Swiss bank account mechanic in Tropico.
yes, yeah, exactly.
You can now build a mansion for yourself. You can draw personal salary from the city's treasury. Personal funds are retained by your family to be used whenever the situation demands, even in subsequent missions. Beware though, as awarding yourself a higher salary than is due your position can have detrimental effects on your standing in the kingdom.
Well, clearly there's a different view on salary levels in ancient Egypt than there's nowadays.
So you want your tax collectors
Bobby
to be
Kotick.
as close to your good neighborhood, so to speak. So they can bring us in as much money as possible.
Right, exactly. I think people in the huts, if I remember, for Caesar, they don't even really pay any taxes, or right? Or hardly any.
I think none. Yeah.
So you talked a little bit about this in your blog already, Corina, but for the remake,
Yeah.
what needs to happen? I mean, it needs to be remade, sure. Everything needs to look updated. But
Different
what else?
font.
Different font. Omer needs a different font.
Well, apparently,
Or he's gonna mod one in herself.
apparently I was not the only person that was a bit, not over the moon with the soundtrack. So they promised to have an entirely new one that you can listen to for hours. So I hope that's true.
Okay, good. Good. But in terms of
They will have
In terms
an open creator map, so I think that's pretty cool. So you can make your own little settings.
nice. That's really gonna extend play for a lot, because people that have played this before probably are also looking forward to play some new stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be a remake in the sense that it is really just remaking the game with all the mechanics simply intact. They're not gonna add new stuff. They're not gonna do other new stuff to it, right? Or are they?
I don't think so. They were like a little fake. Like some things, you'll have those and those missions. Yeah, this happens. They collapse.
This happens.
What was this? Temple to Bast.
Oh no!
Oops.
Oh no!
Oh, yeah, we got a spare one. We got a spare one. No worries.
Yeah. So I'll make one to Osiris now because he wasn't happy with this. So now you have it. That's the one for Bast, the one for Ra, and the one for Osiris.
Which is
Oh,
even
nice.
bigger.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Well, since he's the most important god.
Yeah, I guess he is the most important. Well, that always seemed to be like Amon-Ra is supposed to be the most important god, but Osiris also seems to
Look,
be a very
there we
important
have
god. It's
very beautiful white houses over here. You can see them?
nice. Yeah, very
So
nice.
that's
Plastered,
the
white
modest
plaster houses.
apartment.
Nice. Oh, and it needs access to lawyers basically before it will be.
Yeah, I don't think we got it yet.
Probably not, right?
People are extremely pleased with you.
Oh, look at that! I like how these white apartments look like. They're they're really nice.
And there we go.
Proceed. There we go. Well,
That was quick.
That was quick. I mean, you're
Just
getting into the
28
groove
months.
now for sure.
Thanks to your capable leadership.
Egyptian civilization has advanced considerably and will continue to do so in the coming decades. Well, what more could we want, right?
And that's also a thing I think is really interesting about this game, like the technology trees. Because you always, you know
After
where
a
you're
lengthy struggle,
going, and everything
King
needs to get
Hor
better and
has
better and
managed to
better.
unite the twin kingdoms
Yeah.
of
That's of course
Hegel.
not- exactly.
Pharaoh over all Egypt. As a sign
Yeah, ready. You know that you're aiming towards that pyramid, right? That's really sort of the end goal of it all. Yeah. A monument rating of 9. Oh, this is nice. So this is where we're getting into the monument phase of things.
Yeah.
King Hor has managed to unite the twin kingdoms. Oh, there we go.
faithful service to this land.
The
Pharaoh has chosen
Has ordered the founding of an imposing capital at Menefer, from which he may govern his fledgling nation.
is the very symbol of our
Nice. You will eventually need to trade with others. Okay, so this is where the game really opens up a lot more, even, right?
Yeah.
With the trading and everything.
Make a house evolve into a spacious apartment. It sounds like a huisjesmelker
Yes.
way of saying you're living in a basement.
You're living in the basement, but in fact, it's a house.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you
You've been
have to
living
pay a
in
bit more.
Utrecht too
you have to- yes. Yeah.
People also don't want to live close to work camps.
Right. Because you don't want to see people at work. I like that. So they have a little bit of a different. They have different crops, right? So they've got
Yeah.
chickpeas. I got barley, and I think what will also maybe what will happen is that if apartments want to evolve further, they will need access to more types of food.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, nice. So it is in there. That's not milk houses, not so great. Yeah, no, not so great at all. Oh, I had the worst huisjesmelker when I was still living in student housing. Oh my god. Have I ever told you this horror story, Omar? Not to you, Corinne, but
No,
So-
I don't think so.
oh, I mean, Leiden is just, I mean, probably as bad as Utrecht or maybe worse. Who knows? Like it's
It's all pretty shitty, I guess.
comparing shit to shit, more or less. And so my very first place was a little apartment in Leiden that I shared with a friend of mine, and this guy had quite literally done what you just said. Like it wasn't the basement, but it was an old loads. What's that? Like an old warehouse, basically. It was an old warehouse in which he had built like apartments. And
Which is illegal, I can tell
which
you.
is
By law.
yeah, exactly. So what happened? We were all living there. All of a sudden, the fire department shows up. Like, hey, listen,
You can't live here.
You're not really supposed to live here. And I was like, what do you mean? Well, this is just not safe. And then, this guy, I think honestly, in the end, it wasn't safe at all. It's just that probably he just had some friends in the right places or greased some palms here or there. No evidence of it, but basically the only thing that he had to do was install a couple of fire alarms and a fire exit, and then all of a sudden it was great to live in a warehouse. And I mean, the apartments were fine, but this is clearly not a place to necessarily develop housing. And the guy himself also was an absolute bastard. So for the longest time we didn't have a place to put our communal garbage. So all our garbage we had to keep within our apartments for the entire week.
Oh.
And if we put our garbage, our trash bag out, in the hallway, because you need to put your garbage somewhere. This guy he would just like go ballistic. So at one point I'm like studying for some sort of, I think it was a Spanish exam or something like that. I was like really hunkered down, and like all of a sudden I hear this guy, this landlord, just like raging and screaming, and like I open my door and he's there across the hallway, just literally emptying a complete trash bag into an apartment that
Really?
had put its trash bag
Wow.
out. And he was like,
Wow.
shaking his whole thing out over the entire apartment, like, this is what you get. That's when I decided I was gonna move. I'm like, whoa. Probably should have done it earlier, but yeah.
That's called huisvredebreuk.
That is called huisvredebreuk, but he didn't care jack shit about that.
Yeah. It's like, it's a shame how much stuff like landlords get away with.
yeah.
Like, you're really protected by law as a someone who like rents a house or apartment, but people often don't know that.
No.
And it's also just like you're living there. Like, if I go against this person, he's like gonna kick me out, and I'm homeless. I don't want
Exactly.
to be
It's a little bit
homeless.
like with Corine was like, yeah, just boom, I'm just gonna kick you
Yeah.
out. There you go. We'll relocate you. Yeah. So yeah, no, that's. Do you have any horror stories yourself, Omar, that you're willing to share?
Nah, not really horror story. I mean, the last house I was living in, it was like the old garage of a house, and I couldn't live there actually. I think because it like wasn't a house part.
Legally allowed.
Yeah,
but-
like legally it wasn't. If you look like the cadastre, it wasn't. It didn't have like how do you say that?
yeah.
You weren't allowed to live there. But I
Yeah,
was like
exactly.
fine, and it was okay. But like the roof was leaking because the person above me was always walking on the roof and like destroying the lead lining of the roof and stuff, and it was cold sometimes and it was warm. And but the most annoying part was that the landlord. So the landlord didn't do the communication himself. It was the wife of the landlord who like communicated with me and my housemate, and they were just the worst at communicating stuff.
Sure.
Like if they had something done, they wouldn't tell us. So we were just like, "Is something done? Like, did you change? Did you repair this?" We just didn't know, and then we were like angry because we didn't know, and we were like complaining that it wasn't fixed yet. Well, it was fixed, but we didn't know that. And it was like all of those stupid miscommunications and like
People
so-
that basically have no business running, renting out spaces, but still
yeah, I mean,
do
like
it.
I paid like you have those checks where you can check what you what you pay is correct, and I was like paying €10 too much. I was like, well, that's fine. I mean, sure, I'm not complaining about that. It's just, but yeah, now I live in my own studio, which is SSI, which is like the big company. So yeah, sure.
Yeah. No, that's the bigger companies. They tend to be slightly better, but also depends really where you live. Because
Yeah, I
in my
mean, they're still shitty, but it's like the more people complaining against them, the bigger the problem they have.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, no, but I mean, so SSI is like it's also student living then, right? Or is
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Student living, but they also have some.
For starters, or whatever you call it.
Yeah, but then that's like a daughter company of the student living. It's like shady business, of course.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's,
that's what happens. But yeah,
you're
I
not
mean,
students anymore. We don't have to care for you. Pay us.
yeah, it's also like when you're not a student anymore, like I am. You can still live in those student housing, like I do, for like a year or so, or even more. Depends on when they check it. So they're like,
Yes.
they know that there's like not a lot to live in. So they're like, well, just stay, sure.
Yeah, no, that's exactly like they don't really care as long as somebody pays the rent, really, even if they're supposed to, of course.
Yeah, and they're now like building a lot of studios, so they can catch the how it's called huurtslag, so rent
Yeah.
allowance. Because of course people always get that because we're students, we don't earn anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
smart business. Yeah,
it's a smart. Owning houses has been a smart business, as we can see, since ever since the pre-dynastic in Egypt, and probably before. Well, but how are we doing with our? Are we moving, inching ever closer to monuments,
I
Corina?
think
Or,
so. I have everything
That-
set up. I have
Yeah,
quite a few
exactly.
temples and shrines. Here I have made a little industrious area with our potters and our clay pits and breweries.
Nice.
They can bring it right over here, so there's minimal time for transport. So I think it should be, yeah, people are hungry now, so they're not updating their houses. So we're just waiting on that.
All right, JA is bidding us goodbye. Thank you, sir. As always, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for joining us on Corina's very first
Yeah,
piloting stream piloting. So yes, thank you
Thank you for
being
coming.
part of that. So how is streaming for you, Corina? Is it all right? Is it everything you ever wished would be?
well, this is, everything is fine, but setting it up via OBS, that was the real problem.
Yeah, it is a Nilometer prediction. Oh,
Priest predicted poor
Oh.
inundation. Okay, let's see how our gods are
okay.
feeling. It's not the first thing you think about. Oh, okay, that is could
That
be
should be-
worst.
Yeah, it could be worse, exactly. Ptah is also the only Ptah is a little bit displeased, but you know,
We'll give him a festival.
nice.
Now he has a text tab, so we can see.
Ah, yeah.
nice. I like how it says 70% of population registered for tax. So where's the other 30%? Are they hiding?
I think
No,
they live
they're
in
not
the
being
slums
visited
over
by
here.
the dude.
Crude hut.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah,
not
so
have
they're
access
like,
to even the most
yeah.
primitive water source.
So they're also not paying any taxes.
I'll make some
Yeah,
water
and it
for
also
them.
has to do with they're basically the person from the tax office has to walk by their house for them to pay taxes.
Yeah.
They don't send them in voluntarily, strangely enough.
Oh, that hasn't changed.
No, exactly. That hasn't changed a bit. First of many, I hope, says Jay. So yeah, for sure, first of
Yeah.
many. Indeed. Let's hope so.
Probably. Next week again,
Yeah.
with one of my all-time favorite games.
Yeah, exactly. I'm looking forward to catching that. We'll see. Maybe Ares will be there for that one. So would be fun. If he could join one. But yeah, and the nice thing about OBS is, or generally speaking about streaming is, the more you do it, the better you become at it. And there's always little things that, because there's so many things, as you now know, Corina, that have to come together, right, for this to work.
Yeah.
Especially the way that we're doing it right now, because I really always enjoy sitting and chatting to people while playing a game together. But of course, most streamers do solo streaming most of the time. And then, it's a little bit easier. It's just you, your webcam, a sound, and a game. But in your case, it's also Discord, and then, us, and all sorts of other, and, this intro video, and all that sort of stuff. So it's a bit more complex. But, I mean, you'll find, hopefully, you should find that preparing for next week's stream should go a lot more smoothly.
Yeah, I
Also,
think so.
It's still an old game though, right?
Yeah.
So
2006, so 7 years younger than this one.
hopefully a bit easier.
Fingers
than
crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, it will probably not need like this unusual setup.
No.
Because that one is just like filling the screen.
What I do like about the setup that you've done is that because this of the resolution of this old game, we just get to very nicely be here on the right side. I always end up fighting the
Yeah.
game like where should I
Yeah.
put that? And here you
We're
have to
always
worry.
in the way. Like, oh,
We're-
your heads are in the way again.
Yes, exactly. Omar and Aris are always in the way. So I'm going to be playing a very nice game next Thursday as well. I'm really looking for. I've already installed it right now. Maybe if I have some energy left, I'll play it. But Pendragon, the new game by Inkle Studios, which is this narrative-driven strategy game about coming to the aid of King Arthur for his last battle with Modred. I've always really enjoyed the Inkle Studio games, and we can also right now for the people. What game is on next week? That's Civ. What is it? Civ City, right?
Rome. Yeah.
Exactly. That will be on Tuesday. This Thursday we will do Inkle Studios Pendragon, and Inkle Studio, the head developer John Ingold, is going to be presenting, we can say, at the Interactive Past conference as well. So that's going to be a lot of oh, boom, fire. It's going to be a lot of fun. I say, well, fire breaks out everywhere. Yeah. So yeah,
Mission
no, for
accomplished.
sure.
Too
Yeah,
bad
you end
that
up-
our industry is going there.
Yes, exactly. It's you always end up having to put so many fire stations or whatever they're called
Yeah.
because they just never walk the right way.
Let's see. What was there? Pottery, I believe.
Oh, pottery, yes, yeah.
There we
Or
go.
a potter.
You can also like.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Oh, don't go there.
Sorry, I went there.
Oh, there's so
I'm
much
not gonna
fire everywhere.
I won't talk about the new Harry Potter game. Although I will say that it looked kind of good. And I don't want to talk about Harry Potter fandom right now because I know that's a big issue. For that you have the roadblocks. Yeah, we know that there's roadblocks for that, but you know, we're just trying to.
We're not that pro gamers.
We're trying to go for mastabas here, right? We don't want to go for roadblocks. So
I just wonder when they get the food in.
yeah, that seems to be
Guys,
very.
the river is coming.
Yeah, exactly. The river is,
Unless
it's
you'll
June
drown
already,
again
people.
behind your little cart.
Yes, it is coming. The river. It's June already. It's gonna come sometime soon.
51 complete. He's not
Oh
gonna
my
make it.
It's not gonna make it. Why didn't it make it?
Not enough workers, I guess.
Yeah, probably.
Nah. Wait,
So
I
while
can
we
see
wait
the...
for the
Wait, I can
for
see
the
the... 0% unemployment, you're right. I don't have enough people. Alright,
So-
sorry. Yeah?
what do y'all think about the big Microsoft takeover of Bethesda? Have you seen it, Corine?
I've seen the message, yes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
you're happy, Omar. You're happy, right? You're happy.
On one side, I'm happy because I think now we're finally getting to the part where they're realizing that they should move games to that part. So, like the streaming and the subscription kind of things. Because like they're already also working together with EA. Like EA has done a really good job at like their EA Play stuff, which you now get through Steam through Microsoft Game Pass as well. Like Xbox Game Pass will have EA Play as well.
Yeah.
But I'm also like fearing that like there's gonna be 2 or 3 big ones and you have to choose. Like I think you said in the Slack yesterday, like you have to choose for which one you really want to go. Like you have with Netflix and with Disney Plus and with Amazon and like all those.
Yeah, exactly.
Really
And-
fearing that as well, and also like the indie studios or like the smaller companies who are not on one of those streaming or those subscribing channels, they will be like gone.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Netflix. I mean, it's very it's very weird per industry. So that's really what it means, right? Microsoft buying Bethesda simply means that they're gonna push their subscription service even more,
Yeah.
right? it's hopefully it's not only about exclusives, but it's really about there they go. Oh no. Oh.
Don't stand there.
I guess the good thing is because the Nile isn't gonna inundate as much.
Come on, people, this way.
They get to.
Turn
But he's
around.
not gonna.
Yeah, they're
Oh, he's
turning around.
Oh, we saved one.
Oh, that's great.
Right, but in the end, they or even 3 or 2. In the end, that is really what this takeover of Bethesda is about.
Yeah.
It's about pushing the streaming service, which I mean,
yeah. But I feel Xbox is going less exclusive, like PlayStation has been doing over the last couple of years. Also with like the Xbox Series S, which is like the cheaper version.
Yeah.
I feel like they're like seeing that you can't make everything super expensive, and it's like I'm hoping they're seeing that. Let it put it like that.
but I'm really wary of the whole 3, 4, 5 subscription models because I mean, it could work out, but like it's the situation when it comes to, for example, watching movies and series is not even for people in the Netherlands is not that bad.
Yeah.
Right? Basically, you have a choice between Netflix, Disney Plus, and Amazon Prime, and that's about it, right? Maybe you can go for Apple, whatever it's called, Apple streaming or something like that. But if you compare it to the United States, there's HBO, there's so many cable packages. It's just you don't want to deal with that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I think that's also the big difference between like Spotify and the gaming equivalent, because Spotify itself does not produce music. It's not a company which like it's just a distribution. I mean, Spotify, they're dickheads, but still, they're not like the people also getting more money because they're making music. And Xbox and Microsoft and PlayStation are, or Sony.
Yeah, exactly. They are also in the business of making games.
Yeah.
And not only so. I'm not super happy with the takeover, but at the same time, this is what has been going on in games for so long time. No more Fallout 76 shit shows then. yeah, exactly. Who knows, right?
But I still think that PC gamers we won't suffer that much as console peasants.
I wondered with the streaming services. I mean, I think you can still for a long time and I'm talking probably for the next 5, 6, 7 years, we'll still be able to buy your games on the side. But there's gonna be this tipping point where you just really have to, as I say, you're playing your game on the newest iteration of the Edge browser. Not on your own local machine anymore. You just have to download the Edge browser and whatever, and give your data to Microsoft and just do all that stuff. And Microsoft is not the only big tech company going that way, of course. It's many of them.
But I still hope that Steam like suddenly does something and I just sit there. I mean, but Steam has EA Play as well already, so.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, yeah, Steam is a bit like one of those elder gods, right? You like, let's hope that they, that somebody or something awakens them, and then they'll do something. But at the same time, maybe if they'll do something, it's gonna be not so good
the bad
either.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, interesting times for gaming, and fortunately, we always will have old games
On discs.
like this one. On discs. That's definitely something. I think I will have to sign off relatively soon, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think. Look, you just missed a very bad flood, so everything that's light brown has less fertility than the dark brown thing. So we're gonna have a huge famine since our granaries are completely empty as well.
So we might just want to stop now.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
and we ran out of money, so.
Oh, that too.
This is a good moment to tell the people of our town, you're on your own. Wonderful. Thanks so much. I've really enjoyed I've really enjoyed this.
I've really enjoyed playing it.
Excellent.
Introducing you to it.
Yeah, for sure. It's. I don't think I'll ever really start playing it myself in this version of it, but I'm looking forward to seeing the remake in action, and you playing that remake as well, of course, when the time comes.
I'll be excited too.
All right, very cool. That's you get to do the honors of waving goodbye, and that's it's your show. It's your show. You get to push the button. So
Yeah.
up to you.
Well, it was nice playing, and hopefully see you next Thursday or otherwise Tuesday. And good night from all of us, I think.
Good night.